What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. Sorry I've been a little MIA. I did just get back from Texas. I was gone for a week with my boyfriend visiting Austin, and then we went to a little place called Snyder. It's a very small town. That's where my boyfriend is from. So we were out there visiting his family, and I did not pre-record. I definitely could have. There's not much to do out there and I could have been editing, but I needed a break from the everyday busy LA lifestyle that I live. So I feel very rejuvenated, refreshed, inspired to get back into things, and I'm very eager to get some videos up and get things going in my own life, you know? So anyways, this video is not about my trip. It is about the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. This is a luminous makeup nude skin feel. I guess I'll have to touch on that later on. But yeah, this is what the foundation looks like. I just finished applying it, and if you guys want to see how it applies and what my first impressions are, then just keep on watching and I will keep you guys updated throughout the day also. So I'll see you in just a second. All right, let's just get started. The Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Since this foundation is more of an illuminating foundation, I'm going to go in with a mattifying primer, and I'm going to take the Kanan Austin mattifying primer with broad spectrum SPF 50. I used this while I was in Texas over the past week, and it really did an amazing job at keeping me matte throughout the day, like insanely matte. I did not get oily at all. So has a little bit of a tint to it, but nothing crazy. And then I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer Base. This is just a thicker primer that will fill in the pores, and I'm just going to put this around my nose area where my pores are most prominent. I am going to put it in between my eyebrows because I noticed that foundation usually creases there. Now for the foundation, I have the shade L4 Warm Beige. It matches pretty well. I think I did swatch it and the shade is a little bit off, but I think I can make it work. Let me zoom you guys in. This foundation, I'll talk about it a little bit. It says Flower Beauty's Light Illusion Liquid Foundation is the perfecting veil of buildable coverage. Light Illusion is a breakthrough foundation that achieves the impossible, provides you with the coverage you desire to smooth and perfect while imparting your skin with the most flattering, soft luminosity imaginable. All with a weightless nude skin feel. Imperfections and uneven skin tone are diminished. Only a flawless, smooth, and incredibly natural complexion is revealed. Available in 12 skin perfecting shades. So the shade range in this foundation is not the best. I'll say that right off the bat. There are like 2 dark shades really in this foundation line, so that could definitely be expanded. As well as the light category, I think this foundation doesn't really run that light either. So definitely need more light and dark shades in this foundation. This retails for $13.99 and you get 1 fluid ounce. So standard for a foundation. You do get a pump with this foundation, which is nice. I wanted to try this foundation out because I do have the concealer and I absolutely love the concealer. So I'll be using these two together today so you guys can see how they work with each other. But I already know I absolutely love this. I just wish that they also had more shades in this one. I'm gonna go ahead and shake this. It doesn't say you have to shake it, but why not? I'm gonna go ahead and take, I don't know, 3 pumps. It's not a very runny foundation. You can see it right there. It's moving, but it's moving pretty slowly. So I'm going to, should I use a brush? I just don't like brushes. I'll do one side of my face with a brush and the other side with a sponge. I will most likely prefer the sponge side, but for you guys, I will use a Morphe Y6 on one side of my face. I'm gonna go ahead and start on this side of my face. I do have a pimple right there. I just covered it. Oops. I wanted you guys to see if it would cover it or not. So I'm gonna start with that much on the bottom half of my face. I'm going in with my Beauty Blender. The only thing I'm noticing right off the bat is that it gets darker as I blend it or as it like settles into my skin. It looks really nice on the skin so far. All right, so that's what one layer of the foundation looks like. As you can see, there is a luminosity to it. And then this is the side with no foundation, so no foundation, foundation with a sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and try to just build this up a little bit. I still have some on the back of my hand, so that's what I'm going to take. And I'm just going to dab onto my cheek area. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is definitely drying down darker and more like with a pink undertone than what it looked like when I like first apply it. Just a heads up, it is changing colors a little bit on me. All right, so that's 2 layers of the foundation. I think it looks good. Doesn't look too bad. Let me go ahead and apply the foundation to this side so you guys can see. So I pretty much used up those 3 pumps. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna try 2 pumps for the side with the brush, and I'm going to dot the same way that I did on the other side. And I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Y6. When I use a brush, I don't like to swirl. I like to tap, just so I get better coverage that way right off the bat. It doesn't look bad with a brush. There's actually no like brush strokes on my face that I can see. And this side of my face looks more dewy than this side, if you guys can tell. That's probably like, you know, from the moisture of the sponge. So I do like that this side is more matte, but I am going to go on this side again with the Beauty Blender just so that we have the same sort of finish on both sides of the face. So the brush is not bad. I actually like it, but it's just not what I prefer on my skin. I don't know, I just like going over with a Beauty Blender to top it all off and smooth everything off. Now, it doesn't say what kind of skin this is suited for, but it is an illuminating foundation, so I'm going to assume that it's going to be better for people with dry skin. I'm gonna go ahead, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the color is a little off. Let me zoom you out a little bit. So the color is a little bit off in person. It definitely looks more like it has pink undertones. Not a huge fan of that, but it's fine. I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild concealer to spot conceal around my face. The foundation did not cover a lot of my acne scars, so I have a lot of scarring right here, or like hyperpigmentation really, and on my chin, and it did not cover that. And you guys saw I did use 2 layers on this side, and then I did go over the brush with a little bit more foundation with the sponge. So the coverage is buildable, but I wouldn't say you can build it to full coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead and just conceal the spots where I can see hyperpigmentation. And then I'll go in with the Flower Beauty concealer in the shade Light, and I will go ahead and highlight around my face. I really like the smell of this concealer. It almost smells like there's berries in it, and if I'm not mistaken, I think there are some berries in it. I'm lying to you, there's no berry stuff in there, but it says that there's infusion of aloe and chamomile extract, so maybe that's where the scent is coming from. It's not like a bad scent or anything. I actually really like it, but to me it smells like berries a little bit. So I'm just blending out the concealer now, and then I'm going to go in and just do the same thing with my under eyes. This is how I always like to do my concealer. I do my face first with concealing and highlighting, and then I go in with my under eyes. So because I like a lot of coverage, I am going to go in with another layer of this concealer underneath my eyes. Not too much, but just a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and set all of this with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. So because I have oily skin, I'm definitely going to be setting my face, because if I don't, I just feel like this is going to go all over the place. If you like a dewy, luminous finish for your skin, you might want to just leave it like this. But for myself, because I'll get oily, I'm going to bake under my eyes and just put powder kind of all over my face, especially in the contour area where I'm going to be putting powders. I'm also going to set my eyelids. All right, so I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera because that's going to take me a minute. And then I will jump back on and I will apply the rest of my makeup with you guys so you can see how everything applies on top of this foundation. So I'll be right back. Okay, so brows are on. I'm gonna go ahead and continue with my face. I'm gonna go in with a Y11 and just sort of dust this powder around and rub it in, flick off the under eye powder. I noticed that when I was doing my eyebrows and when I went to like spoolie out the color, it did lift off the foundation around my brows, so just wanted to make a note of that. Everywhere I did not set the foundation looks so wet on my skin. It's weird. I feel like, ooh. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. It really doesn't look good on my nose. Can you see that? It came off here, here, and it just looks really bad. Okay, so looks bad on my nose. I didn't do anything different. I always use this powder and it's just coming off of my skin. There's that. My skin right here looks really dry. I don't know if you guys can tell. Ooh, can you see that? See where I didn't set it? You can kind of see that reflection of like two different skin tones. I don't know. So that's what that looks like so far. Let me zoom you guys out again. Even though that looks really bad, I'm going to just keep doing my makeup, I guess. I finally got a new Hoola bronzer. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this and contour. I'm actually gonna go in with the little thing that it comes with because I actually really like this brush. I used the crap out of the other one that I had from the blush kit that I had. I'm gonna take this and just start contouring. Okay, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking the foundation. I'm sorry. Oh, it looks so bad. This looks so bad. Ooh. Okay, the foundation is literally just coming off of my face. Okay. I'm gonna go in with the Becca bronzer in Capri Coast. And I'm gonna take a fluffier brush. This is an R2 by Morphe. I'm gonna go in and bronze with this. I mean, the type of brush that I use should not differentiate the way that it applies to the foundation, you guys. Oh, it looks so bad. How does one work with this foundation? I'm gonna go ahead and contour my nose. I'm being extra. I'm gonna take my Tarte Park Avenue Princess chisel palette thing, and because I always use the two colors in here, I'm going to use those on my nose. Oh man, you guys, this looks so bad. I feel like no matter what I put on my skin right now, no matter what brush, what product, it's just like taking everything off. It literally came off of my nose. I have to show you guys. I have to bring you guys in again. Okay. It came off of my nose even more, and God, the lighting is so bright, but can you see on my forehead, like where the bronzer is, it's super patchy and it literally just took off the foundation. Let's just continue. I'm gonna go in with a E4 from Morphe, my favorite blush brush, and I'm gonna go in with my Jouer blush duo in Adore, and I'm gonna take the lighter shade of the two. Mine is broken. This one broke when I was traveling and doing makeup. Okay, so blush is on. I'm gonna use the Master Chrome highlight by Maybelline. This is in the shade Molten Gold. I haven't used this one in a while. I can only use this one in the summer when I'm tan. So I'm gonna use this today. Take it back to some drugstore stuff. Oh, it's so good. So good. Super yellow though. If you like gold highlights, I would definitely recommend this one from the drugstore. Ooh. So the highlight looks really good on top of this foundation. Look at that. It only looks good on the cheeks, so everywhere else it looks hideous. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with the Morphe spray. think I'm just gonna put lashes on. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this on my skin, honestly. It just looks really bad. Let me do my lashes and lips and I will be back to update you guys. So give me a second. Okay, so I finished the rest of my makeup. I just popped on some New Balance Bombay lashes and I am wearing Jeffree Star's Red Drum liquid lipstick right here. And I think that was it for my makeup. You guys saw everything else that I used. So my overall thoughts as of now, I think it has a lot of potential, but I do have some issues. Let me zoom you guys in. I showed you guys earlier that it looks really patchy. I don't know if you guys can tell. It looks really patchy right here on my forehead where I applied my bronzer, and it is breaking up on my nose pretty bad already. And that was just from me using my Y11 to blend out my powder. I don't have that problem with any other foundation, and if I do, well, I don't use that foundation. So it still looks dry on my chin area. I don't know if it's going to pick that up, but this is what it looks like all together. I'll kind of give you guys a overall look at it. I think it has potential. I'm not too sure how this would look on dry skin because, like I said, my skin is oily. I really wish if it wasn't patchy, like if this stayed in place, if it didn't look patchy on my forehead, I think it would be a really good foundation. I'm going to keep this on for a couple of hours and just see how it wears. Right now it is 12:55, so almost 1 o'clock is when I finished up my makeup, so I guess I'll keep you guys updated. Okay guys, so I'm back for the check-in. Excuse me if I look really tired, I am. I feel like it's been such a long day and I feel like I've had this on a lot longer than I actually have. So right now it is 4:40. I honestly thought I ended my makeup around 12 o'clock, but I looked back at the footage and we wrapped up around 1 o'clock. And so it's been on for almost 4 hours. I'm definitely not going to be getting an 8-hour wear out of this foundation just because, oh, I didn't turn my cat on. Hey. It's because I am already so tired. I go back to work tomorrow finally after being off for like over a week, and so I'm ready to just start getting ready for bed. Anyways, this is so off topic. Let me update you guys on the foundation. Yeah, I definitely think I don't like it. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see the texture on my skin. It totally came off on my nose. My nose was running earlier, and so I kind of, you know, moved it around and it just completely came off of my nose, and that doesn't happen with other foundations that I wear. Again, it still looks really splotchy on my forehead. I don't know if you, I really hope it's picking up on camera, but it looks really splotchy right here. It's like the foundation like lifted up when I was applying my bronzer. Same thing on my nose I showed you guys earlier, and it just looks really dry around my chin. Sorry, my cat is in my room. So it just looks really dry around here. I'm not a fan of this one, unfortunately. I was really hoping I would have a better experience with it, but I think this is just gonna have to go back to the store, unfortunately. Let me know if you guys like this foundation, if you've tried it, how you apply it, do you use any primer? Let me know all that stuff in the bottom comment because I'd love to know your thoughts. I have combo oily skin and I did use a mattifying primer, so maybe that's why it looks a little dry on my chin, but this is a luminous foundation, so I don't see why that would have turned dry and like scaly, cakey looking. And I really don't like the fact that it didn't stay on my nose and it looks patchy on my forehead. So that is my overall thoughts on the foundation. I'm not a huge fan of it. I know a lot of people are. I guess that's gonna be it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already so you can see all of my videos, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in next week's video. Bye.